Hello and welcome to another TuneFor Media lesson. Today I'm going to show you some cool tricks to synchronize different sequencers in Max MSP. And if you watched my previous video, you saw me jamming with a bunch of patchers that I made. In fact, I think there are 5 patchers in this video, and they're all packed inside a parent patcher. And a couple of these patchers are based on metronomes and counters objects. And so to keep things musical, I needed to come up with a sync mechanism to make everything in sync. So in this lesson, I'm going to show you some cool concepts and tricks to do exactly that. And we're going to do that in an Ableton style, because I like the Ableton way of syncing stuff. You have this global launch, and you can sync things, for example, to a bar. So every time a new bar is starting, your clips and loops and whatever you play will play in sync with these bars. So I like this for a couple of reasons. The first one is that I think this is the best way for syncing sequencers on stage in live performance. And the second one is, if you want to build a Max for Live device, it's great to learn how to sync in this manner, so it will talk with Ableton in the same language. So for this lesson, I created a couple of sequencers, very basic sequencers, just for the purpose of demonstration, and we're going to see how we can sync them. So let's unlock this patcher, and let's create a metro object, and 125, which is like 16th notes in 120 BPM. Okay, and let's put a counter to count from 1 to 16, and let's hook this up to the left sequencer, and a toggle to activate the metronome. Okay, let's see what we have from the left sequencer. Cool. Okay, and let's put another metronome. And this one I want to create 2000. So 2000s, meaning it's 1 bar relative to this metronome for each note. And whoops, let's put a counter. And this time I'm only going to count up to 4. And let's do this. And let's do exactly the same. Just put this toggle. Whoops, this is too low. Okay, so the problem now is that if I want to play them together in sync, they're not even communicating between them. So there are 2 separate sequencers. So if I activate this one, just randomly put this one, so I can try to sync it myself, like so obviously they're not in sync. So if I want to start simple, I can do something like that. Can just hook this up like that. And also I would like to, every time I hit the toggle, I want the counters to start from the first beat. So you can do something like that. So here you have resets counter to number on next clock. So they will be in sync. Okay, so they're in sync, but now I can't play them separately. So I can't, for example, start with maybe one sequencer and move to the next one. It's not good enough. I want more of an Ableton style of syncing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a master clock. And if you're making a Max for Live device, your master clock has already been created by Ableton. This is the Ableton Transport. And all you have to do is to load up something like Plug Sync, and you have the transport. You have the count, the current bar count. So this is pretty much what we need. And you can also bring up the transport, and it will take the Ableton's transport. But now we're going to create our own metronome or our own master clock. So let's take these two. Okay. Put it on 500. And let's ask it to count to 4. And let's select 1. So every time we hit 1, I want it to send a bang. So this master clock is kind of saying like every time a bar is starting, is like announcing that the bar, a new bar has started. So if we activate it, right, and if we put a message, so we'll see the numbers, 3, 4, bang, 2, 3, 4, bang. Okay, so it's like announcing every time we start a new bar. And we can also set a master tempo like that. Can put an integer box, and I can also send this number to all metronomes. Okay, receive all metro, and here I want it to be times 4 for now, and let's do exactly the same. Only here I want it to be times 0.25 to make it 16th note. So this is like whole notes, and this is 16th note. Okay, so if we're trying this Ableton approach, we need to have a button for launching, and then some action or function to actually launch it in time. So we said that our master clock is sending every start of a bar. So let's send it and call it bar. Now, I would like this bang from bar, like that, to bang this toggle to start metronome. But let's see what's the problem by doing this, and you probably will guess it pretty quickly. Every start of a bar, it's deactivating my metronome, so it's a bit of a problem. So I need to create some kind of sorting mechanisms to let just one bang pass through, and then leave everything else in a different place. So luckily we have this object called one bang, and initialize 1. So this is like a doorman. The master clock is saying is sending a bang every each bar, and it will only let one bang to pass through. So if you put a bang here, put a bang here, 1, and that's it. And where all the other bangs, they're actually here. Okay, so it's kind of like a doorman, and he's saying like, no, I just want one bang, nothing else. And if this bang is kind of leaving, so I will let another bang to pass through. So how can we reset this, we have another inlet. And if we press here, bang this one, we can have a new bang here. So again, reset. And that's almost the entire thing. So just putting this bang here, putting it here, and I'm going to put another toggle, and next to it, I'm just going to write play, also stop. I'm going to see how we can stop with this toggle as well. And every time we select one, I want it to bang the reset of this one bang. Okay, so let's see. So we do play, and it will play. But notice it started playing a moment after. It's because it waited to this bang, to this bar, to this beat 1. In fact, let's put a bang here so we can see it more clearly. Okay. So play, stop it. There we go. Okay. Also, I would like this this toggle, to reset my counter, so it will start from 1. So there we go. Okay. Okay. Now, so I have a nice play mechanism, but I don't have any stop mechanism. So it's pretty simple. Every time I have something else than 1, it will bang from here. So I would like this bang to trigger 0 to stop my my actual metronome switch. And that's pretty much it. So this is a mechanism to let the sequencer be in sync with a master metronome. And if I place this thing exactly like that in another sequencer, I will create synced sequencers. Let's get rid of this. And I'm going to do something like that. Let's encapsulate this and call this sync. Let's copy that and place it here. And whoops, the all metro here should be connected to here. So I'll have the master tempo as well. So let's stop it. And let's connect this also to reset. We can also ask the master clock to select 0 and maybe stop everything. So let's trigger 0 and let's send it to a stop, and let's receive this stop in these two toggles. So I have some kind of a stop mechanism as well. Okay, so put it on 120 and start with this. Let's activate the second one. Stop this one. also the master stop is working. Great. So I hope you learned something from this video. And if you like this video, please subscribe for more. And thank you for watching. Stay tuned.